stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice, the time of your life.
All right, welcome to day 2 of AI Speakeasy. I've been up for a while. I got up like at 1 a.m. this morning and I've been working on various different projects today. One of which is the repository of information where we're going to capture the chats, and that's a real important feature to keep a knowledge of each application into a knowledge base. The interface to back the app is also very critical. I want it to be very fun and interesting and unique in its experience, and similar to what we saw yesterday in Pascal. So this isn't ready yet, but I said it every day there was going to be a video, and one way or another, I'm going to do a video. So I'm going to show you. This is Grace, as in Hopper. Yes, I know, I'm really bad humor. But anyways, she's going to start a conversation with me, and this is basically how it's going to work. And the transcript is going to be used to understand the initial thought of the application.
Hey there, glad you dropped in. I'm here to listen first. If you're sketching out an idea, wrestling with a problem, or just thinking out loud about something you want to build, take your time and walk me through it. I won't rush you to a solution. What's on your mind today?
I want to build an application, something like what I call voice cues, where I hit a keyboard shortcut and a mic starts listening, and then I can say open Word, and then it just opens Word. Or I can say open Excel, and it opens Excel. Or even better, I want to be able to understand every tab that's open, and then I want to say, restore that tab, or let me see that tab, and give that tab a name, and semantically search for the name of the tab compared to what I'm saying in order to show me that window quickly and easily by just using my voice.
Sounds like an interesting project. That's a pretty clear mental model. I'm hearing a few layers to what you want. First layer, push to talk voice commands. You press a global shortcut, the mic listens, speech gets transcribed, and a command like open Word launches the mapped application. Second layer, keyword action mapping. Instead of only hard-coded commands, you want a flexible mapping system. So phrases like open article manager, always open a specific folder, app, or path. Third layer, awareness of the current desktop state. The app should enumerate open windows/tabs so you can say things like show the last window. Switch to the tab called research. Restore that tab. Fourth layer, the interesting one, semantic tab/window naming. You'd be able to give a window a spoken label, name this tab invoices, and later retrieve it with natural language. Show me the invoices tab, using some fuzzy or semantic matching rather than exact commands.
Yeah, and
so it becomes less like...
One of the things I wanted to say was sometimes I'm in a window, I want to hit the keystroke and say, this window is called blah. And then so this is my window is called bank, or this window is called ChatGPT search for blah, or whatever I want to say, which is really the metadata of that window that I want to capture. Being a geek, I know what that word means, metadata. And then one of the commands I want to say is show commands, which is a list of everything I've already said to remember. And then I can pick one using my cursor keys or a mouse key, or I can say pick the third one, and it will grab the third thing and then execute the associated command with that entry. Do you think that's possible?
Let me take a quick look. Yes, that's absolutely possible. Nothing you described is outside what software can do today. What you're really describing is a small voice-driven window memory system layered on top of the operating system. The pieces you mentioned line up pretty cleanly. Press shortcut, start microphone. Speech gets transcribed. System interprets the phrase, it either stores metadata or executes an action. Your idea of saying this window is called bank is essentially attaching metadata to the currently focused window. The system would capture things like window handle, ID, application name, window title.
Yeah, that's all
Maybe
really, that's all really interesting in tech stuff. Do you have enough information for me to be able to build this application, or is there something else that you need to know?
Just a moment. You've already given enough to define the core product idea. The behavior is clear. Push to talk shortcut. Speech, text, interpret, command. Either execute an action, open Word, or store metadata. Name this window bank. Retrieve later with voice or a command list. That's enough to start designing and even building a first version. The only things that still matter for implementation are a few practical choices rather than missing ideas. Operating system, Windows, macOS, or Linux. Window enumeration and control are very OS
I think
specific.
it's just going to be Windows right now, because that's what I work on. Maybe if my friends like it, they may be on a Mac, but yeah, they may be on a Mac. So, or on an iPhone. Well, no, let's not do an iPhone. That's not something that I want to endeavor at this point. Either Mac or Windows, I think, is the right choice.
All right, let me see. That's a sensible way to approach it. Starting with Windows only will make the first version much easier. Windows exposes.
Okay, so there you go. That is basically going to be the experience at the front. The back end is going to capture all this text, which we'll store as part of the application. Once that's done, we're going to start the app, which I think I can show you too. Just a sec. Like I said, raw. This is me coding away on the application. It's starting up here.
No matter what people say, live life in a fast lane. Double shot for the gifted, triple shot for the pain. There you go, drinking.
Should have this running first. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is the local running of that application, and the interface is going to look like this. It doesn't fail me now. Okay, so here's the app. Right, back to the app, software. I have added these buttons that kind of animate the flow here and what I want to do. I can say I have an idea, let's start. Right now that jumps to this text-based interface, but it's going to use that agent to start talking to you about, oh, well, hello, what do you want to do? And we're going to proceed that way. You can see here we have a monthly commitment. You can start at $25 a month, or you can go all the way up to $2,500, I guess, or whatever you want to call it per month charge for it, based on your value of the application, not mine, yours. And then after that's done and entered, every 24 hours, the AppleQ will kick off, and here's the snapshot of the score and the prioritize and the action. Right, to describe. This is still very rough in terms of what it's going to do. You can look at the previous day. It's Q, that was the previous day, and then the next day. And what you're really looking for, and it's missing the description here because we're just getting off the ground. But you can see that these are the high band choices, and these are the ones that we'll be working on in terms of the application for that day. And it's just not me. We can have many different analysts working at the same time, and each of us is going to be assigned one of those applications. And then once it's done, the application registration here, you'll be able to say jump to it, and you can click on it and it'll be deployed into the cloud where you can start using your application to see those voice cues and stuff. In terms of the execution model that's there. Some of this, of course, has to be done at the desktop. So we're going to have a download button there that will give you an exe that you would then run on your workstation. And there's lots of security implications that we have to go through there. In terms of downloading the exe to your workstation, you're going to have to trust it, and we'll have to keep some sort of certificate between the the factory and your desktop, where we trust each other using identifications, so that we can do that kind of a processing model. So it's coming. I'm working away at it. I spent most of my day building this interface. There was nothing before today. I didn't record it all day because it slows me down too much, and I really need to get this up and running and operational in the cloud so that you guys can start actually registering your own applications. The first phase of this is just going to be the description in terms of this piece here. So rather than having that fancy Grace Hopper talk to you about what the application is, you're just going to have to tell me what it is. And remember, the first people in are likely the first people that get their apps done. Okay? That's a short one for today, but it's going to be up and running, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Well, that was a pretty rough day 2. I'm sorry about that. I had the wrong software, wrong mic, wrong camera, everything. Anyways, like I said, raw and real. I will see you guys tomorrow.
Drink it up, all this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember